For 4 centuries, the cave was nothing more than stone. No legends, no warnings, no deaths. Local maps barely mentioned it, just a hollow beneath the hills, sealed by rockfall and time. Water slowly crept in, minerals grew, the cave slept. When it was finally rediscovered, scientists called it pristine, untouched chambers. Air pockets sealed since the 1600s, water so clear it looked unreal. Divers described it as peaceful, too peaceful. No currents, no animal life, no sound except your own breathing. And that was the first thing no one questioned, because caves don't need to be silent. They choose to be. The first diver entered out of curiosity. An experienced cave explorer, hundreds of logged dives, perfect safety record. He descended slowly, documenting mineral formations no human had ever seen. His footage shows something strange. The deeper he goes, the bubbles stop rising. Not because he stopped breathing, but because the water above him doesn't move. At 40 meters, his torch catches a narrow tunnel. At 50, the rock walls begin to darken unnaturally, absorbing light. Then, the audio changes. His breathing becomes loud, too loud. He stops swimming. The camera turns, not toward danger, but toward empty space. And he says one sentence before the feed cuts. It feels like the cave is listening. They find his body 3 days later. No wounds, no equipment failure, no sign of panic. Just one impossible detail. His oxygen tank was still full. Authorities call it an accident, until it happens again. Second diver, different team, same depth. Third, experienced rescue specialist. Fourth, 2 divers enter together, only one comes out. That survivor never dives again. He tells investigators the cave changes, not physically, but perceptually. Distances stretch, time slows, sound behaves incorrectly. He says when his partner vanished, there was no struggle, just a moment where the cave went completely quiet. Even his own heartbeat disappeared. Then his partner's light shut off. Not flickered, not failed, turned off. From that point on, every death occurs past the same invisible boundary, a depth the cave never exceeded before, as if something inside had finally reached enough water to wake up. Geologists begin testing the water. The results make no sense. The cave contains layers of trapped gas older than modern civilization. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, trace compounds that shouldn't coexist. In sealed chambers, pressure fluctuates without cause. Sensors record vibrations with no seismic activity. One researcher notices something worse. The cave walls are eroding inward, not collapsing, not cracking, slowly reshaping as if responding to movement, as if the cave is not empty, but hollowed. Divers report a recurring sensation before losing contact, a sudden heaviness in the chest, a pressure behind the eyes, a feeling of being observed, and always that silence. Not absence of sound, but suppression of it. Despite warnings, a final mission is approved. Robotic drones, tethered cameras, no human entry past the boundary. The feed shows a new chamber, massive, perfectly smooth, unlike any natural cave formation. At its center, dark water that doesn't reflect light. The drone's instruments spike wildly. Temperature drops, pressure surges, audio flatlines. Then the drone stops moving, not stuck, held. The tether begins retracting on its own, as if something below is pulling back. When the drone finally returns, its outer shell is intact, but the camera lens is crushed inward, from the outside, as if something pressed its face against it. The cave is closed permanently. Concrete, steel, warning signs in 6 languages. No official explanation is released. But locals notice something unsettling. After the last dive, the surrounding groundwater levels drop. Nearby springs dry up. Animals avoid the area entirely. And at night, when the land is quiet, the hills emit a low, rhythmic sound, like air being pushed through stone, like breathing. The cave is no longer silent.
Experts now believe the cave was never empty. It was sealed. For 400 years, something was trapped, not alive in the way we understand life, but contained. Water gave it reach. Divers gave it attention. And attention is all some things need. The cave didn't kill out of anger. It killed because it was finally noticed. So if you ever enter a place untouched by time and it feels too quiet, leave. Because silence is not always absence. Sometimes it's restraint. And once it breaks, the cave doesn't go back to sleep.